You're a bold woman. There's a part of your soul that just knows which direction you're meant to go. Do you feel that? And maybe even feel it in your gut. There's this like incredible supernova space that's holding all of this incredible power that you're holding. And you might be in a place where you have found that despite the fact that you know how bold and brave and amazing you are, you kind of stopped living into it. Maybe life got in the way. Maybe a big transition happened and it got in the way. Maybe just along the way, you kind of forgot yourself. It happens to a lot of women. If this applies to you, then hi, my name is Jen. I'm the founder and owner of Laughing Lotus Wellness. And what I do is help really powerful women access that supernova energy to lead through powerful legacy creation and purposeful alignment. And for me, this is like the joy of my life, right? So I have been around in the field of psychology for over 20 something years as a clinical social worker. And then I really leaned in and I started tapping into different healing modalities that I really love in terms of energy work. And I combine all of that wisdom and insight together to really curate a journey for each and every woman to really realize that power again and to take that and lead in the world using their special brand of magic, essentially. So I am so excited today to be talking a bit about expansion and contraction. It's the theme for the month of January this year. And conceptually, all we're saying is that we're in a state all the time of expansion and contraction, right? Expansion meaning growth, a new opportunity, and a new lens for the world. And then contraction sort of where we feel like kind of tucked in or maybe hemmed in, right? And clearly, as I'm even talking, you might notice you have a different reaction to each one as I talk about it. And you're like, oh, that word contraction doesn't sound very good. And I get it. I don't love it either if I'm being completely real. And it's a superpower to know the difference between the two and how to register when something feels expansive versus contracting. So we're going to do a little practice today. So I love experiential moments. I think they're so potent. So today that's what we're going to do. So I invite you to, like, wherever you are, find a comfortable seat, get a nice tall spine. You don't have to do anything fancy. Even if you're sitting back in a chair, as long as you're relaxed and as long as you're pretty upright and the energy and the breath can move really easily, we're in like Flynn. You got this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to invite you to close your eyes if that feels good to you. Soften your gaze. You don't have to see me for this journey at all. And actually, I'll just distract you. So you can go ahead and take me out of the picture altogether. Close your eyes. And listen, friends, if you're not in a spot right now, just save this. Flag the video and come back when you have like just a couple of minutes to breathe and be present. Save it because you might want to come back and circle back again and kind of have this experience. So I want you to just get centered. Imagine that you can send roots or an anchor all the way down to the center of the earth. Anchor in. Feeling very grounded, begin to deepen and lengthen the breath. So just for a few moments here, dropping into the body of the day, just noticing whatever is showing up, however it is showing up, with no judgment, right? The goal of these practices isn't to go into our mind's eye and then be critical and negative towards ourselves, if that makes sense. So we just want to kind of expansive thinking is making space. So as you begin to drop into that breath, really noticing the breath. I want you to take a conscious and full-bodied inhale into the body, starting with the belly, ribs, and chest. Nice big full belly breath. And then slowly, slowly, slowly exhale that out. And we're going to do that again. So as you finish that exhale, winding up once again, nice big breath into the belly, the ribs, and chest. And exhale that out through the mouth. We're just kind of like starting to detoxify. We're starting to take those big full body breaths so we can feel really present, really awake. We're going to do one more of those, inviting that big belly breath in, expanding the belly, the ribs, the chest, and exhale that out. And now sinking and settling right where you are. Finding that even inhale and exhale. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to invite in some words, some concepts, and I want you to just notice what's happening in your body. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel clearer? Do you notice that there might be a constriction, a contraction, Maybe your breath rate and experience feels different. Do you notice any holding in your shoulders, your belly, right? There's all kinds of ways that we'll notice in our body what experience we're having. So we're going to just bring that awareness to the forefront. So I'm going to throw out some words and, like I said, concepts for you. And your only job as you breathe, breathing throughout, is to notice what happens for you when I bring these words and these concepts to the surface. That's your only job, is just notice. No judgment, just notice. So as you're breathing nice and steady here, I invite you to imagine a beautiful summer day. Perhaps it's 80 degrees and you are sitting at the edge of a lake and it's peaceful and warm and relaxing. And notice what happens in the body. Does that feel like an expansion or a contraction? It could feel like a lightness of spirit. It could feel like an emotion. And just notice in the body, though, what happens? What is happening in the body? And now bringing up an image, if you will, the word argue. Just watch what happened in your body. Just the word argue. Did you feel a sense of tightening, gripping, holding, constriction? Or did you feel expansion? And as you think of the word argue, I'm going to invite you for just a moment, we won't be here for very long, to imagine a recent argument. Watch your breath. Watch the body. What cues are you experiencing? Are there little pings? Is it tight? Is it contracted? Or does it feel expansive and lovely? What do you notice? Listening to the body. Just listening to the body. And we're going to wipe that one away, right? So now we're going to take a nice clearing breath, one of those big full belly breaths, bringing the breath and the inhale all the way down to the belly, the ribs in the chest. Exhale it out. We're going to clear those ones away. And we'll do one more. So I invite you to imagine the word love. I want you to visualize your heart. I want you to bring up an image of someone that you hold super dear to your heart. And I want you to pay attention to your body. Is it an expansion or contraction? Just noticing as you breathe, nice and easy, what is happening in the body. Now, trickier one. I want you to think about the word should. Thinking about the word should. Call up the word should and listen to your body. Does should create space and feel good and light and connected? Or does the word should make you feel confined? Just noticing. And how does the body tell you that? That's your whole job. Just notice, how is the body telling me whether I'm in a state of expansion or contraction? How do I know? What am I noticing? And one more, because I can't stand leaving out a negative note. We're going to call up the word joy. The word joy. And again, I want you to send that awareness inward, okay? Sending out the eyes and the ears and the noticing that's in the whole body. And just notice what happens. Do you expand or do you contract the word of joy? Okay. So I'm going to bring you back in. If you had your eyes closed, you're welcome to open them again. And we're not going to do a whole full body something because we don't have time. I wish we did. But I wanted you to just have this one experience where we played with the notion of how things land for us and how it looks and feels to be embodied. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in the next video, but I just wanted to bring this up and have you sort of do this experiential thing where you're playing with bringing awareness to the body. Now listen, I'm going to tell you something. If you did this practice and you went, Jen, I don't know that I noticed a whole bunch of stuff going on. That's okay. It's going to take time because in our culture, we have done so much to squash this awareness of our bodies. We don't even know it's kind of taken place. But we sort of have conditioned our awareness out in a way. We have kind of dismissed our needs and that energetic experience by squashing it in a million ways. For example, let me give you an example. You are sitting in a class and you know that you've got to get going, but you've got some stuff to do, but you got to pee. And right, just I know this is a super weird example, but like I have to pee and I'm in class. So I'm going to sit and I'm going to hold and I'm not going to get up and I'm not going to disrupt and I'm not going to write. Sounds funny. Okay. You're dismissing your needs. Your body's telling you. Maybe your body's tired. How many times have you pushed through being tired to complete a project? Stay up with your kids, whatever it is, right? Watching shows. Anybody Netflix much? Okay, right? These are the ways we do this, friends. And so we want to start paying attention to how is our body speaking to us because it's so smart. Your body is an epicenter superpower of wisdom. And because we've squashed it down so often, and sometimes for what felt like really rational reasons, now our senses are sort of off. And we're going to wake them back up again. That's what these practices do, is they remind us that we've got this innate wisdom and we've just squashed it. We're going to bring it back up. We're going to wake her up. We're going to be like, hey there, hey girl, like I need you on board. You're going to help be part of my intuition. Because here's the cool thing. What you might or might not be aware of is that your body is commonly telling you something before your mind will tell you. Your solution is actually in being embodied and you might not know it. We're going to talk about that more next time, so stay tuned. Circle back. I'm going to explain this with a little more depth next time. But this is a really potent tool you're carrying around with you everywhere, this vessel you've got, this magic. So I'm going to invite you to use it more often. Start bringing awareness when you hear words, concepts, experiences, people. Ooh, what's happening in my body? Is it expansion? Or is it contraction? We can be with someone and have a conversation and a dialogue for an hour and have 14 of those transitions. We might go from, oh, elated and expanded to like, oh, have you been here? I bet you have. So your job is to start witnessing this, right? Listen, if this was helpful and you're like, Jen, I could use more tools like this, please head over to laughinglotuswellness.com. I know it's a mouthful when I chose my name and I chose my, website address. Forgive, okay? But here we are nonetheless, and it's laughinglotuswellness.com. And I have a whole page full of purpose tools, insights, wisdoms, little mini videos just like this one. And I would love to have you go and peruse the website, check things out, and then go use those free tools that I've created for you. So go and nab those anytime. If you're kind of circling the drain around something, go and see if there's something that fits, because more than likely there's going to be something in there that's going to be a nugget of wisdom for you. Until next time, my friends, blessings, love, and light. This is Jen signing off, just supporting you as you lean into that supernova power and you want to lead from that divinely orchestrated space that only you have. Hook up with me. Let's figure out a way to make sure that that's on board and that your unique source and fire are on board to deliver your unique essence and purpose to the world. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.